Hi guys, Annette here. We're starting all over again with some strawberry rhubarb jam this time. I believe it's also going to be organic. The strawberries I bought were organic, and the rhubarb I bought was local and organic. That is some rhubarb in there cut up. Right now in the pot I have 2 cups of mashed berries, 2 cups of chopped rhubarb. I wanted to show you guys real quick, if I can get over here. Sorry about the messy kitchen. This is the chopped rhubarb. This is a piece of rhubarb. Rhubarb is kind of like a bush. It looks like red celery, and there are green varieties too, but most are red on the outside. Kind of this, I don't know, yellowy tannish color on the inside. It has big leaves on the end that are inedible. You do not eat those. You only eat the stalks. In the grocery store, it's pretty much going to look like this, or if you get it at the farmer's market or whatever, and you just chop it up. It has like a tart flavor. I like it better with other things than by itself. You can make just like rhubarb jam or rhubarb pie or rhubarb cobbler, but I like it mixed, and it goes really well with the strawberries. So I think I'm going to end up with 4 cups of rhubarb and 2 cups of strawberries. And so for the Pomona's pectin, I'm going to use 3 teaspoons of the calcium water and 3 teaspoons of pectin, because they do not actually have a recipe for rhubarb, just the strawberry and other berries and fruit, apple, peach, stuff like that. But I'm going to give it a try. Hopefully it gels. I did, to make sure there was enough acid in here, I did add about 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, so that is also in there. And I will come back in just a moment. I'm going to cut up the rest of that rhubarb, get it in here. I'll let you know for sure how much I have in the pot, and I'll let you know how much calcium water I put in. And we'll be back. Okay guys, so I ended up with 4 cups of the chopped rhubarb. There are 2 cups of the leftover strawberries that I had from making the double batch of organic strawberry jam. I did 3, here's the lye water, excuse me, that is not lye water, by the way. That is calcium water. And I did 3 teaspoons of that. That is already in here. And then I did a scant 3 cups of sugar, because those berries, the 2 cups of berries, did have just a little bit of sugar in them. So I did a scant 3 cups of the organic sugar, and then 3 teaspoons of the Pomona's pectin. I am super impressed with this pectin, by the way. There is still some left in here because you use so little per batch. So there's at least 2, if not 3 teaspoons in here. So definitely enough for another small batch of jam, which is pretty awesome. I did not realize that this was going to make so much. I thought it was always very expensive pectin for just 1 box, and now I realize why. It makes so much more. It's not just, you know, 1 box of Sure Gel. And so this, I think at my co-op, is quite expensive. It's like $5.99. But if you think about it, it makes just as much, if not more, than the ball bulk size pectin does. And this is much more natural. So I'm pretty impressed and excited to continue to use this product. Our stuff is starting to boil, so I'm going to stir it. I'm going to stir that into the sugar there, which I'll just do right now, the pectin into the sugar. I don't think I'm going to show you guys like filling the jars and wiping the rims and all that stuff, because I just did that in the strawberry video. I will show you what that looks like as it cooks. Rhubarb I do let boil for a little bit longer so it can kind of break the rhubarb down. This worked really well last time, mixing it into the sugar. I've never done that before, and there were no lumps or clumps, and the gel set up really nicely, so I'm pretty impressed with this so far. So I'm going to get a spoon, if I can get one. Sorry guys, I'm reaching here. There's my spoon. I'm just going to stir this up real quick. Steam up the lens here. So yeah, this will take a little while, a little longer to cook down. I'm going to let it boil for just a little bit. I will put a little butter in there like I did the last batch so that it doesn't foam up as much. But the rhubarb needs a little bit of time to soften and break down and cook down. So I will give that just a few minutes. And once this is cooked down a little bit and I'm going to put the sugar in, I will show you guys what that looks like. So stay tuned, and that will be coming up in just a moment. Okay guys, so that rhubarb has cooked down. It's been boiling for about 3 or 4 minutes or so. I did go through with the potato masher a couple times just to kind of make sure it's all nice and smashed up. There are definitely quite a few chunks left in there still. And I did go ahead, I added like about a half a cup of water. My rhubarb was pretty dry. It didn't release that much juice, so I just wanted to make sure that there's plenty of liquid in here. And you can see it's kind of thick, so I'm not worried about that little half cup of water that I added in. And now I'm going to add the sugar and pectin. Maybe. There we go. Stir this in. And it's going to kind of turn that opaque color while the pectin and the sugar dissolve. And once the sugar is nice and dissolved, it will turn that kind of clear color again and kind of turn a nice dark pinkish color, because the outside of the rhubarb is kind of red and the strawberries are red, and so it'll be a red color with some lighter chunks in it. Probably not quite as dark as the strawberry jam was, but pretty similar. So I'll let that come up to a boil, and while it's boiling for its 2 minutes, I will show you guys what that looks like. So I'll be back in just a few when this starts boiling again. And let's get it to focus for you guys a little better. It really doesn't want to. There, that's okay, I guess. Like I said, it's already starting to come to a boil, but when it's at that rapid boil that can't be stirred down, I'll bring you guys back. Alright guys, there it is. Boil that can't be stirred down. It has just a few minutes. Sorry, I had to turn the fan on. It's so hot in here right now. Hopefully you guys can hear me over that. I will turn it off for the next shot, but while this is boiling and the jars are boiling away, sterilizing, it's just so hot, I had to turn the exhaust fan on. This is about finished, maybe another 30 seconds or so. I will bring you guys back to test the gel, and I will make some room for my jars that need to come out of the canner so they can be filled. And in just a few minutes, I will be back with you guys. It'll just be a few seconds for you, so give me just a few moments, and I'll be back. Thanks. Okay guys, so there is the jam. It's all finished. I did the little sheet on the spoon test. It looks like it's sheeting wonderfully. Looks really good. I tasted just a little bit. Tastes delicious. Definitely enough sugar. More than enough sugar. Probably could have had less sugar. Especially for me, I definitely like a lower sugar jam. I really like to taste the fruit. It all depends on people's preferences though. So if you like it a little sweeter, this will probably be perfect for you. I think that it would be awful if it was more sweet than this is. You can pretty much tell that it's jelly here, but I am just going to put a little bit on that plate again to show you guys. And let me get a little spoon out. Hang on just 1 second. Sorry, the kitchen, I swear, is getting messier by the minute as I make jam and splash it and spill it everywhere. So it'll need a big cleanup tonight after I'm all through. So there you can see, yep, it's setting up already. Already turning into jam there, being on the cold plate. So that looks like it's set up just fine. Looks good. Tastes really good. And even on that cold plate, it wasn't like cold. So a little almost like lukewarm, and it's already setting up. So it's going to set up very nice. There's the little close-up for you. You can tell it's not dripping. It's not going anywhere. that is set jelly. So that is strawberry rhubarb jelly right there. And there's the messy splotches from me spilling everywhere. Here's the jelly, or the jam, excuse me, all ready to go into the jars. I have the jars over here all set up already. I'm hoping that that's the amount that it makes. If it's more, I'll have to grab, I think there's still a little, yeah, there's a little 4-ounce one still in the counter that I can take out, in the canner that I can take out. And those are sterilizing real quick. There's that little jar right there. I'll just bring you guys back when it already has the lids on and everything, and I'm putting it in the canner so you guys can see how many that I got all together. Alright guys, so we got 5 half-pint jars out of that batch, which was what I was hoping on getting. They're all about a 1/4 inch headspace. This one's just a slight bit more than that, about 1/2 inch, but it will still fine. I've done jam with a 1/2 inch headspace many times. It does not get moldy. Nothing, there's nothing wrong with it. 1/4 inch is just the recommendation. But 1/2 inch has always done fine for me with no problems. And this is one of my the squatty little half pints, and they're kind of expensive. And so I actually don't ever sell these or really even give them away. My family gets them and I use these because the fancy jars aren't expensive, and so if they don't get returned, it's kind of a bummer. So I wiped the rims already. I'm going to put those lids on, put some rings on, and get these into the canner. Next time I come back, I'm just going to show you guys what they look like when they come out of the canner. After being in there for 10 minutes, they're going to be in the boiling water bath for 10 minutes to process, and then they can just sit out on the counter and cool and be put away tomorrow evening. You can see that the color is lighter than the strawberry jam was, and when I take these out of the canner, I'll bring one of the strawberry jam jars over. They've mostly all sealed now, and so I'll bring one over so you guys can see the color difference on those. But that is the strawberry rhubarb jam, 5 half pints of that. So I'll be back in just a few seconds. Okay, there are our jars of strawberry rhubarb jam. They're all finished. We're going to go ahead and take them out of the canner now. Set them on the towel that has gotten very messy to cool. That's okay, it'll just go in the wash. These look pretty good. They processed for 10 minutes. They should start sealing pretty shortly. Sometimes when I do a video, they start sealing while I'm still taking other jars out, but like I said, it was kind of a warm day here, so they may not. So there they are, all 5 jars of strawberry rhubarb jam. Kind of see the color there. That's that little squat pint, or half pint, excuse me. And I'm gonna push these back a little bit so you can see a strawberry. So, not too different in color. You can see the difference just a little bit there. The strawberry right here is a little bit darker, and the chunks are obviously a little bit different. The strawberry rhubarb chunks are a little bit lighter because there's chunks of the rhubarb in there, and it's just a slightly lighter shade. So, all together, today on this canning session, I got these 5, oh, there went one. These 5 half pints of strawberry rhubarb, and then I got 7 half pints of strawberry and 1 12-ounce jar of strawberry. So I hope you guys liked these canning videos, and if you want more, let me know. And until next time, I'll see you guys. Bye.